And it's a formation lap. Okay, I think I'm finally audible now, and sorry for all the really big brain moments in qualifying. I have no idea what I was doing, but now I'm here, and yeah. So I'll just walk you all through the grid. We have Ahif starting on pole, Sid Kulkarni P2, Thakurva P3, Sid Venkatesh and Swag Boy in the Haas Boys P4, P5 with Tana in the Alpha Tauri P6. Easy Level Bot puts his Mercedes in P7 with Captain Sandhu in his Alpine in P8. Followed by Wicked Wiki, who's Easy Level Bots and IRL's new driver in P9 in his Mercedes, with both the Aston boys taking up 10th and 11th on the grid. We have Ace, who's 12th, Anton, who's 13th, Indy Gamer, who's 14th, Harshi, who's 15th, Manan lining up 16th with Kalyan, Vintage, Abhi and Abdul Samad forming up the grid for us, hopefully to have an entertaining Hungaroring Grand Prix. And yes, looking forward to absolutely no one in the comms box tonight, which is kind of lonely as this is my first race of commentating in IRL. And yeah, I can't even ask anyone what's your prediction going to be, but if anyone's watching, please do put in your predictions there. And yeah, hopefully it does come through. If it does come through, I'm sure Sid Venkatesh will buy all a PS5. So Malav, if you're listening, make your predictions, and if you get it right, Sid will be obliged to buy you one. So the grid is forming, and I am desperately looking for a camera view, which the game is not giving me, but it's 3, 4, 5 lights, and we have lights out, and away we go. It's a great start from Ahif, who's caught up by Sid Kulkarni. Oh, and there's some wheel banging going into turn 1, and oh, we have Sid who's taken the inside, and oh, Swag spun around. That's a horrid start for him, where Ahif keeps his lead. We have position switching between Tanay and Easy Level Bot. Easy Level Bot conceding the position, but oh, he comes right back at him, and oh, that's quite a move there. But we have Ahif and Sid who kept positions and pulled away, and Thakurva closely following Sid over there, with Sid V in P3, Tanay in P5, Easy Level in P6, Wicked Wiki in P7, Captain Sandhu in P8, Anton P9, Vintage P10. And up ahead we have Ahif, who's kept a half a second lead to Sid right now, but Sid will be very anxious to get him, because he knows that the Ferrari will be coming down on his throat any moment now. So the entire grid right now, apart from Swag, are still together, apart from, I think, Ace, who's also lost a bit of time. Let's see the tires which everyone is on right now. So we have pretty much the top 10 in the softs, and we have Ace coming into the pit, and Deadly Mosquito is retired. Oh, he's retired on the pit straight, and that's going to be a VSC, and hopefully it's not going to be a full safety car. I guess not. So yeah, Ace getting his wing changed there, and going to be coming out dead last. Swag couldn't have really prayed for a better thing to happen than a VSC, to just, calm himself down in the nerves, which might be wrecking right now after that spin, whether it was his fault or someone else's fault on the grid. But up ahead, Ahif seems to have pulled a couple of tenths on Sid in the VSC. Sid, I hope you're not dropping too far back. And meanwhile, Thakurva has dropped quite behind them as well. I just hope they cover the gap up, and yeah, there it is. So, oh, we have Sid right on the tail of Ahif already, going on board with Sid, who fancies his chances here, of course. Sporting the number 69 of Yarno and yours truly. So we have Ace at the back. We have no fights going on right now on track by the looks of it, but I feel like we have one developing here with IF and Sid going. Really, Sid keeping him on his toes right now. Really handsome positioning by Hershey right now on those mediums. He's just outside the top 10, not really losing out too much to Vintage right now. And we know Hungary how high the tire degradation is. So sooner or later he's going to have the advantage, and he's already pulling a bit on Vintage right now. Meanwhile, Sid I think has made a mistake because he's lost out and he's come under pressure from Thakurwa. Thakurwa's eyes would have lit up, and he really would want to push right now. Meanwhile, Sid is following closely behind, waiting to pounce if there's a mistake between the two on top. It'll be interesting to see if Sid will be able to close down IF. Then, because if he does, then it's sure that Sid does have the superior pace at this moment. But as we know, it's really difficult to overtake in Hungary, and you really need to have a pace advantage of almost about 2 seconds to do so. But it doesn't look like he's closing in any moment. Meanwhile, Wicked Vicky just got past Captain Sandhu, which I don't know why position though. And Sid and Tanay are going for it. And oh, Sid giving Tanay the squeeze, but Tanay coming right back at him. Sid being the mature one, backing out of that move right there, right now. Meanwhile, let's talk about the positions changed since the start, and we have Sweg who's lost out the most, including Oxidize and Ace. But the one who's gained the most is a Vintage, and we have Kalyan who's retired. Oh, that's horrible. That's a safety car, and oh no. Early exit in the race for Kalyan. And be interesting to see if Ahif comes into the pits. What do the leaders do? Do they go on to the hards or do they go on to the mediums and make it a two-stopper? Because it's quite an interesting thought. And meanwhile, the Ferraris are close together. So will they double stack? Will one of them stay out? Who knows? Let's see. And wow, both the Ferraris stay out. Both the Ferraris stay out, and Sid pits, Tanay stays out, Sid Venkatesh pits, Easy Level Bot pits. We have Captain Sandhu who stays out, Wicked Vicky who stays out, and rightfully all the cars running together are not pitting. So I mean the teammates running together are not pitting, which is kind of a smart move. Not going to deny that, because you do see many a times that they tend to pit and double stack while losing a lot of time. Meanwhile, Hershey is up to P7 in all this drama. He's really going to be hunting the top 6 now, because those softs are going to be second hand compared to the mediums. So let's see, maybe some moves coming in from Hershey, Indik, and Sid Kulkarni, the only leader, the top guy from the leaders who spit, comes out in P9, followed by Sid Venkatesh, who's in P12. Sid Venkatesh, known for his tire management skills, comes out on the hards, and man, that looks like he's gonna go till the end now. And he's the only guy on the hards, so he'll be a bit vulnerable in the start of this race, but hopefully can get those temperatures up and running to take it to the distance. Not lose too many spots, but Easy Level will be really on his back at the start, where he will have a lot of tire advantage and temperature advantage. But let's see. Safety car definitely not in this lap, and quite interesting to see what happens in the Ferraris as well. P1 and P2, not where Ferrari usually are in Hungary, to be frank, apart from before 2018, of course. But and I am getting a bit too close to the red Mercedes AMG GTR. Thakurva following closely behind. I may not want to be working those tires too much because we know how fast these tires degrade over here. So he may want to just calm it down like how Thakurva is doing. Probably Thakurva mentioning it to him in the voice that, you know, you shouldn't be working your tires up that much. But he continues to do so, and maybe Thakurva is not telling him because you never know, Thakurva's mind might be telling him that, yeah, this might be his chance to get the lead of the race and control the pace after that. Meanwhile, Tanay closely following behind, also working his tires up. These guys really working the tires as if they are on hards right now. And meanwhile, Sid really just going all cool, not really bothering about the temperatures too much, which he kind of should since he's on the hard. But nonetheless, these guys probably know better as they are on the track right now. And we have Indyk, who's in a very low gear, but okay, so if that suits him well, just hope he doesn't spin out. And we have Redstone up in the comment section, hoping for one of the Ferraris of, I'd rather not say right now, hoping for one of the Ferraris to DNF, but I mean, let's not hope for that. But who knows? Tanay, who's in the Alpha Tauri, might want revenge I mean, no revenge as such, but he might want his Ferrari to be out of the race, which he raced into, I think, that season or two back. Meanwhile, Ahif on the restart, he's given the safety car a lot of space, onboarded Thakurva and Tanay. Tanay really close to Thakurva, and Ahif taking it right up to the line, and I think he's gone. Yep, he's gone. It's a decent start from both the Ferraris. They've actually it's quite a good start from them. Pulled away quite a bit. Going back down, we have everyone who's on a very decent gap. Meanwhile, Abdul Samad is defending his heart out from Abhi, who hopefully doesn't run into him. And everyone's really calm and collective into that turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 and turn 4 now. So yeah. Haha, Jitesh, is the Ferrari curse, is it? Well, I hope that Ferrari curse comes into the season as well. And we have Ace, who's DNF'd, and that's probably not going to be a safety car, but yeah. Well. And there is Swag Boy, who's without a wing. Really the most idealistic thing to go 0-0 wings, 0-10, 0-11 the other wings in Hungary, because I don't think you'll be really at it on the track with that. Meanwhile, Sid kept his position, I believe, in P11, which is quite great that he's on hard. Come on, easy level, you gotta push it, push that Merc, press the party mode button on. And up ahead we have a calm Ferrari 1-2 followed by a Tanay in P3. We have Wicked Vicky and Captain Sandhu are going through each other, and I think Wicked Vicky is disconnected from the session. I believe he's disconnected because, I mean, you wouldn't see cars going through like that. It's a bit weird, isn't it? And Swag has, I think, retired in the pit lane, and that could save. We saw it coming, but it's alright. Tough race for him. Hopefully he's at it next time, and he's on time also next time. And easy level bot is retired. Oh my god, that's I don't think that's a good thing, good sign at all. Jeez. I don't think he would have wanted that. But you know what? I'm going to spice things up a bit over here. It's a safety car. Easy level has DNF'd. Who knows? Might want to invite him into the party. Might want to have his words right now. Well, hopefully he accepts my request, unless he's a bit too angry at anyone who's caused that DNF. But yeah, we have Thakurova who's still out because Aif has pit, and I'm not sure that's the best idea right now. But let's see. Let's see if it pans out or not. So we're 9 laps in and already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DNFs. So yeah. And we have, for the first time in IRL history, live interview starting right away during the race. So we have Easy Level Bot here. How was your race up till now? You're qualifying, and sad to have a DNF.
Terrible. There was a bit of mess down into that run turn 4, whatever that. I think that is turn 4. Left-hander, fast left-hander. Somebody slowed down and everybody was a bit slow. I also slowed down a bit, but I had just a bit of contact with Sid, and that set my car spinning to do. Well, nothing I could have done. Just hard luck for me there.
Well, I mean, I don't know which driver you chose before the race, whether it was Lewis Hamilton, Bottas, because Bottas has a knack of DNFing around here, and if you did that, it's just Bottas, so you can blame him. But if you chose, yeah, then I'm thinking it's kind of your fault, Gaurav. But nonetheless, ups to you for joining the comms box, even though that DNF, and taking it with a smile and a bit of a laugh, because we are setting history in IRL here by having live interviews for the first time. Yeah.
The unfortunate part is I think my teammate also left the session, so.
Oh yeah, Wicked Wiki was, it's kind of turning out to be Mercedes from 2022 right now. But yeah.
Shit. Very brief.
What do you think is going to be the podium for this race?
I don't know, but looking at how things are going, there is rain in the race, so let me break that out to you. So
that's nice.
Somewhere around lap 22, I think 22, 24.
Interesting.
But we'll be able to see the rain. But yeah, otherwise, Ferrari have shown some good ways, so I'm going to go with Sid Kulkarni.
Yeah, Sid is really in a handsome position right now, and actually so is Hershey. He's kept his nose clean, made up those places where all the messes have happened around, and he's up to P2 right now. Thakurova is really going to be disadvantaged because those softs are going to be horrible now with almost 9 laps plus a qualifying lap which he's done. But let's see, Thakurova, the sort of the aggressor, even though he's in P1 right now, and Hershey following in P2. Wicked Vicky meanwhile has joined the session, so hopefully he's back and he can take control of his car. Meanwhile, Thakurova has gone, I believe. Oh, and he spun! Oh no, that is horrible. And Hershey has. Oh, it's a safety car. Okay, this is a bit confusing because there's no retirement, but the safety car is out. And
I got a dangerous position. I think everybody was passing there.
Thakurova is going to be really praying to God right now, because He couldn't have had this safety car come out at a greater time than this.
Yep, and he should be boxing now because he's already put in 10 laps on those softs.
That is true.
Sometimes don't understand what his love for softs is, but they tend to go out after 10 odd laps. But let's see how that works out for him.
Yeah, so again putting Sid Kulkarni in the driver's seat right now in P2 with 5 lap younger tires than Hershey. He should have the pace advantage at the restart and after also, but let's see how he does it. Meanwhile, Sid Venkatesh on hard tires in P5 is quite handsomely positioned as well.
Yep, he need not box until the weather change hits in or the rain hits in. So even those medium runners, I think they should be able to, not the ones, I think for Indik and Abdul Samad, it might just be...
The moment you say Indik, he has left the session, and the safety car is in this lap. Did the safety cars forget something on the track, which is why it came out again? Because
I think it's because of the Thakurwa's spin. There was a yellow flag.
Yeah, I was just stupid humor there, which I said that Maylander probably forgot. Yeah, Maylander probably forgot his phone or something on the track. He came back out to get it.
That was really poor delivery, man.
Well, at the restart, let's see how they deliver right now with Hershey taking it slow and Sid right at the back. It's a calm start in the center again. Well, Indy Gamer is not in the session yet. We have Sid, who's also got a good gap to Thakurwa, who has not yet pit. But Abhi will be really closing up the gap on Thakurwa now because he knows that Thakurwa is on the older tires. And Anton gets him out of the turn where Manan is right at the back, and oh, there's a bit of contact over there. Front wing touches the side pods, but all calm in the end. And we have Oxidize, who's going on an outrageous move, and he makes it through somehow. Abhi really falling down the places, and Wicked Vicky is back and making up the place, so that's great for him. He's on fresh mediums as well, so he'll be pushing like a mad dog now. Ahif, who's on hards, is really lost out quite a lot with 2 safety cars. Once leading the race and now down all the way down to P12 with people ahead of him who really benefited out of a lot which has happened. We have Tanay, who's running last right now, but up ahead Hershey, who's created a 9/10 gap, and the top 3 are pretty well settled right now.
Yep, and it's a track that is really difficult to overtake, so I might just have to pull out some major moves there on those hard tires while Sid can probably keep him tied to the medium runners ahead.
Oh, there's a lot of tire banging going on over here.
Oh, a lot of people falling on positions, the boosted car of Indik and Aston.
Abhi and Captain Sandhu going at it as well. I have making up some places finally, so hopefully he can get a running on himself. Does Abhi have some sort of damage, because he's being overtaken quite easily, and yeah, it does seem like he has some sort of damage.
Abhi is also he's new on the wheel, he's got his new wheel set up, so probably...
Oh, that and Oxidize. What just happened to Oxidize?
I think and he doesn't have a front wing.
Oh, that's not right. You, like I said before, you don't want to run 0-11 wings in Hungary. Not the right way to go.
And he really has no intention of slowing down those corners. He almost grazed the wall.
Meanwhile, Ahif up to P9, really putting on the hammer right now. DRS enabled, so we'll probably see Sid closing down Hershey. Although 9/10 is a bit of a gap right now to close down on this circuit. Meanwhile, Ahif right at the back of Manan. He doesn't want the DRS, and Gaurav, if you do notice, it is getting darker. It is getting darker.
And it's as it is, Hungary is a track difficult for overtaking, and then the rain.
That is true. And it's not, and
really eager.
And you do know that Hungary, though you run almost maximum downforce, it is quite slippery even after that.
Oh yes, and you've got some medium speed corners where I also lost my car, and you can have a tendency to lose your corner. So this is
Absolutely.
going to be interesting.
So
how
Thakurva on his 13 lap old tires is catching up to Abdul Samad. Thakurva, is he going to benefit out of the weather coming in a bit sooner than what was expected?
I hope he does, because he does not get a puncture out of those tires, because looking at how things are, I think the rain is still about 5 or 6 laps away. So
That is true, but if it, in that how do I put it, in that transfer point where it's not too wet for the inters but not too dry for the slicks, a worn out pair of slicks is going to be absolutely horrendous to drive on.
yeah, not the tire you want to be on.
Meanwhile, Sid and Hershey are going for it at the front, going on board with Sid. Really tried benefiting out of the double F. Manan has DNF, and he comes out of turn one. Oh no! Now this is going to be really interesting, because people are going to see the weather coming in. Do they really go in for another set of soft tires to probably make up some positions until it comes? What do you think, Gaurav? You think it's all in the play here?
I think so, but looking at how far the rain is, probably going for soft, and you might not have a lot of laps to make those moves. So you might as well just hold on to track position at this point.
That is true.
So
Meanwhile, I have got a
if I
5
was
second
still
for
alive,
ignoring yellow flags. We missed that out. I no wonder why that happened. But yeah, carry on. What are we saying?
but probably for an illegal overtake somewhere around, he might just have that input. Maybe later we'll just find that out. But otherwise, yeah. So not a lot of laps for you
Oh,
to
and
make
Hershey
it move on
pits.
the soft.
Hershey comes in from the lead of the race. Sid takes the lead, followed by Sid Venkatesh. So we have the two Sids leading the race, followed by Abdul Samad, who also stays out, and Thakurva, he's probably on the hard compound, just painted red right now, is what he thinks at least. Wicked Wiki right behind him with Anton, I have Captain Sandhu, and we have Hershey, who's the only one who's pit. And he's come out on hards. I don't really understand this right now. Do these guys not know what the tire compounds and what the H and the M and the S denote? Because we have someone who's come out on hards when it's going to rain, whereas we have someone who's in P4 who's running on softs as if they are the hards.
Yeah, pretty interesting tire choices there. But yeah, I was just sulking in the fact that had I been still alive in the race, I could have seen a P3 or a P4 myself at this moment. But yeah, I'm sitting here commentating with you.
Yeah, well,
Nights
I mean,
change.
let's not make it that harsh for you. I think you would have been leading.
No, I think both the Sids have a lot of pace. And Abdul
Yep.
can be very
Sid
tricky
and
driver,
Sid
very
Kulkarni and
clean.
Sid Venkatesh are really, Sid Venkatesh on those hards really paid off. Kept his nose clean, and I do see a couple of drops. I think I'm just gonna go on. Yes, the droplets have started. So Sid probably gapping himself right now, thinking that whether Sid Kulkarni pits or not, does he go into the pits for inters? And Sid Kulkarni is into the pits for inters. This has to be for the inters. I'm sure it has to be for the inters. And who else is Thakura following him? Okay, so our man's going from running soft 15 laps to coming out on inters in the dry. We have Wicked Wiki. Quite a lot of guys in the pit right now, and Sid Venkatesh would probably be thinking right now as to how this decision might pan out in a couple of laps.
Yep, I think that's a very smart choice by all these drivers, because when the safety car gets out, there won't be a lot of wear on those inters, considering there are still dry conditions right now. and when safety car goes in, so there'll be these front runners might have to pit under green car conditions, so that's a good time advantage for these intermediate runners.
That is true. So Sid Kulkarni might have played a blinder over here. Meanwhile, we have Thakurva, who's not come out on inters, has come out on mediums.
Oh,
And he almost went into the back of Sid Kulkarni as well. I'm sure Thakurva is really cursing himself right now. And what Ajitesh shared in the YouTube chat, Thakurva DNF. He's not DNFing right now by the looks of it, but he's very close to losing his mind in that Ferrari. I'm sure about that.
And even Hershey, for that matter, who just boxed for a fresh set of heart, will now have to box for another set of vectors. So
That is true.
otherwise, a tough choice is going there for a complete set of mediums.
Yep. And to whoever's watching and will watch this in the next couple of days, I'm sorry, but we are not the kindest with our words to all the drivers out there. But yeah, they do make choices, and we are here
We
to.
played the bet, and we are here to appreciate all those inter runners for making that gamble.
That's
They
true.
are the ones who are going to probably be the best winners out of all of this.
And
the dry runners have still not decided to pit, so that's pretty.
so we have dry runners who've not pit, and we have people who pit under the safety car for dry tires. Who do we criticize first?
I think it's going to be. This is where we can see all the strategies and the decision making of all the varied decision making that the drivers do. So we'll probably find out in the next half of the race how this happens. I wish I was a part of this race. Oh damn! I think I should.
Oh my god! And we have Oxidize, who's in the pits for a wing change again. So he's probably he's probably just exploring the grip levels right now, which isn't the best, isn't the worst thing rather, because it's still safety car and he still can make up that time. Meanwhile, I am interested in seeing which dry runner pits now, because as I can see, Gaurav, it does look wet. It does look wet. The track looks wet now, so let's see what they do.
Are we looking at everybody going into the pits and Sid coming back into the eventually the race? Let's see.
Well, I assume it's going to be so, because I don't see why they should still stay out, because it's an absolute no-brainer with these conditions, with safety car in now. And Sid Venkatesh, what are you going to do? You're trying to eat up those hard tires right now, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a...
I think we should box. We should forget the restart. We might just, if he has a spin in his next 10 lap, that will be more harmful.
He stays out. He stays out. Abdul Samad stays out. Ahif pits for inters, I'm assuming. Captain Sandhu pits, vintage player. Oh, caught him there. Hershey stays out. Oh, and we have there's Abdul Samad. Yep. Meanwhile, going up to Sid, who's taking it very slowly right now. And look at Sid Kulkarni. He just is dominating Hershey right now. He's going to really catch up to Sid in no time. Who's absolutely struggling. Just have a look at that. No grip at all. Meanwhile, Sid Kulkarni is absolutely frying. Wicked Wiki is in P3. Hershey is all over the place, getting overtaken. And
There's a yellow flag for Abdul Samad. I think he's had a spin again, and he has reset to track.
Oh no, that's not great. And I want to see how much of a fight Sid will put up to Sid Kulkarni, because he's not going to have that grip. But he's not going to allow Sid Kulkarni.
Romeo of Hershey that's around on those hard tires.
Sid Kulkarni is really, I'm sure he's like, bro, oh wow, that was very close. And I just hope Sid keeps it cool, because he's going to get reported if he does anything unruly here right now, and Indie Gamer going on the inside. Anton taking it a little slow, but here we have it. Sid Kulkarni into the lead of the race, followed by Wicked Wiki, followed by Tanay, Indik, Anton, Sid, who should be pitting now, hopefully. And what? Gaurav, are you seeing this?
No, I didn't see what.
Are you seeing Sid, who's still on the track on the hards? He's not pitting. He's not pitting. Does he know something which we don't?
I have no clue. Is the rain going back? I don't know. I don't know. Last I remember it wasn't going back, but
has Sid paid the ultimate gamble here, where he's going to probably stick it out, whereas Wicked Wiki is really closing up at the back of Sid Kulkarni.
Let's go, Mostly. Let's get some points, as I have already doing with
We don't do that bias around here.
Division 2 driver turned commentator.
Yeah, and previous Division 2 Mercedes driver turned commentator as well.
Former teammates. As Sid Venkatesh has a moment and he hasn't been able to hold his car on the track. Also hard tires. So.
Yeah, I hope he pits now for his sake, because I don't know what he's doing there. And Wicked Wiki, I think, had a moment because he's lost some time to Sid Kulkarni there. Tanay following closely behind, followed by Indic Gamer, who's being chased by Anton right now. Oxidized after everything is up to P6. Wow.
Wow, and the top 5 should be breathing easy now, looking at the good ones finish. That'll be something that will help them.
That is true.
It's also hot behind Oxidized Rage at the moment, and even Ahim. So this is a battle to watch out for P6, how that unfolds. It's going to be very hard overtaking in these positions.
That is true. The biggest losers up till now is, of course, the two Ferraris who were running P1 and P2 at the start of the race, but through some amazing big brain strategy calls, they're kind of behind right now. Ahif being the one who lost out under the safety cars, initial safety cars, but Thakurwa being absolutely amazing with the soft tire decision.
So had prolonged those soft tires, having not the best races for Thakurwa, but I'm sure
Wicked Wiki definitely has more pace than Sid right now, because he's caught up again.
Yep, so he just needs to keep calm, keep his composure there, and drive that salvage race for Mercedes.
That is true. As we know, the Mercedes in 2021 was quite good in the rain. Hopefully he's carrying that same form which Lewis showed in a couple of races in the rain in 2020 and 21 into this, to put some pressure on that AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri in real life also has been a bit of a pain for the Mercedes driver. Hopefully he can dispatch him a little more easily. Meanwhile, Vintage is right at the back of Oxidized. And Vintage will definitely probably be seeing Ahif's front wing in his far chase camera also. So he's probably going to be in two minds. And does he go down the inside? No, he doesn't. Meanwhile, everyone around...
He does compromise Oxidizer's exit, and that helps.
Yep, and Ahif right at the back of Oxidize, and oh, bit of contact there, was it?
No, I think Oxidizer is trying to be very careful.
Meanwhile, Anton right at the back of Vintage as well. Sorry, Indik, my bad.
Yep, the Red Bulls now. Anton rather in the Red Bull sandwich. Can definitely put some pressure on it, make an error, which Wicked Wiki should also be focusing on. The gap has opened up to 1.3 seconds. So
it's 1.3 all the way till P3, 1.5 and 1.1. Okay, so Tanay closing the gap to Wicked Wiki. We do know that Tanay is quick in the rain, So hopefully Tani using some of that magic here to close the gap down. Meanwhile, Anton is 8 tenths behind Indic right now. There's a huge gap between Vintage and Anton. I don't really know why that happened, but Oxidized in the P8. Ahif trying to put the pressure on Vintage now. Meanwhile, Ahif being the only one who's within a second of the car ahead, at least at this given moment, and Anton too, behind Indic.
Yeah, they just need to keep their head down and keep fighting until the last few laps and probably force the other driver into an error.
Yep.
As there is a yellow flag, there is an Alfa Romeo Hershey that has had a moment out of turn 1. He's now back.
Ferrari really haunting the Red Bull down.
Meanwhile, Tani Singh also getting eager on wicket. So the two Alpha Tauris also McLaren, Mercedes in an Alpha Tauri sandwich as well there. So
yep. Meanwhile, Sid Kulkarni extending the gap a bit. Vintage doesn't really look to be very comfortable in the penultimate corners, at least, where Ahif is gaining the most time to him.
Just takes a peek down the inside, but nothing doing there. The exit of turn 1 can be really tricky. He's already seen a lot of drivers and lose their car even during qualifying. Vintage probably also lost his car during qualifying at that very same corner.
So Sid Venkatesh's gamble of staying out on the hards even in the wet didn't pay off. He's running right at the bottom of the field.
Yeah, probably a lap or two extra on those hards. Wouldn't have had that bit of damage. Abdul Samad, Sarshi, Sid and Abdul Samad, the biggest heroes of all of that. So yep. What grid we had during the during the dry stint, that's just inverse at the
That is absolutely true, actually. Apart from Sid Kulkarni, who's still right up there, it's all weirdly reversed, and it's weirdly reversed just because of their own decisions, not even out of luck or fortune.
Yeah, I think right decisions at the right time made these drivers wrong. Well, Vintage is still catching up, so I think it's more about holding that P6 against Ahif.
Yep, and I'm really going on.
Has been enabled, so are we going to see a dry track back?
Oh, Sid must be going really behind.
Captain Sandhu in the pits, Harshi in the pits, so DRS has been in the pits, so these drivers should be getting into the pits. And Harshi gets a 5-second penalty. Abhi on a fresher set of socks. Takurma goes on a set of mediums.
I mean, he could have gone onto the softs again because there was interchangeable conditions and you don't really need to use another compound anymore.
Yep, and mediums on interchangeable conditions tend to have lower grip.
Let's see what Sid Kulkarni does now, and he dives into the pit. We have Wicket Vicky also going into the pit. Tanay also going into the pit. I don't think this is the smartest idea because the pit entry is going to catch out a lot of people because it is a bit slippery, and I think just gives it
5-second speeding penalty. Oh my god. Your chances for a podium just went down, and he also has a 10-second penalty to serve from the previous race. So it's
Oxida is going calmly into the pit. Abhi next. Oh, Abhi is already on the softs outside. And we have Sid already out on the softs. followed by, yep, everyone's coming out on the softs, which is a kind of a no-brainer. So it doesn't really justify why Takura came out on the mediums, unless he doesn't have any more softs to go with. Because he's already overrun the softs on the first stint. Might have used an extra set in qualifying.
Oh yeah, that could also be true. And I'm wondering what happens about the tire compound mandate in such conditions.
It doesn't. It goes away because when you have when you use the Inter or any wet tire for that matter, the mandate to come back out on a different set from the one you've used before, the dry set, is gone. You don't really, because technically the tire mandate states that you have to use another set, another compound, and the Inter or the wet is another compound.
Yep. And oh, the racing has a moment, and Wicked Vicky also has a moment, and he's lost his car. I hope he doesn't have damage there. Doesn't look like something, so he can probably join the track.
Oh, and Anton goes past him. Oh.
I hope that was a safe rejoin, but anyway.
Sid has just built a cap, and it is AlphaTauri 1-2 right now, and it doesn't look like Indy Gamer is going to be challenging Tane Indiam soon. So wow, that's a strong result.
Indeed, that is a strong result for AlphaTauri.
Wicked Vicky at the back of Anton, and he will benefit out of the double DRS zone, but he needs to keep himself calm right now. And let's see what he does here. Oh, and there's a bit of movement on both sides.
Those drivers still managing to not have.
Oh, he had a brilliant run.
And that's Fernando Alonso versus Lewis all over again.
Hey man, Bono, that was not cool. And believe it or not, Gaurav, but in all of this, Thakur has remained in P10 itself, despite the fact that he ran longer on the softs, ran shorter on the inters, but he's not really made up any places. That goes to show that sometimes the basic normal strategies do you good if you have the pace.
Yep, strategy, it's a lot about strategy and making the right decisions at the right time, and you can really draw positions if you make the right decisions.
And Vicky going for it again. Oh, he tries to dummy him there.
Vintage, and this is a battle to watch out for what happens between these two, because we are just probably going to see this battle for the next 7 laps. RH just has a bit of understeer and the dirty air of the Red Bull.
So quite similarly like the real race in 2021, the Mercedes of Wicked Vicky loses the car. I was just about to say how he has a brilliant exit in that fast right-hander uphill, where even Lewis used to get the advantage of Alonso. But yeah, he lost the car there, and he looks a bit all out of shape right now.
Yeah, just
meanwhile,
get himself back in the DRS zone and get push. Meanwhile, Sid condition in that clean air is also making most of setting in some fastest lap time.
Oxidize gets a 3-second time penalty. Doesn't really make him any happier than what he was, because it's been a tough race for him. With Tane 1:18.5, that's a fast lap. Would we see anyone else beating that lap right now?
Still 6 laps.
1:18.5, and Vintage beats it. Wow. And this is despite Ahif being right on his tail. So I'm sure Vintage has been deploying quite a bit of his battery.
Yep, he's on more defense at this moment as we see Red Bull and the Ferrari battling 56.
Meanwhile, Wicked Vicky has just lost the plot because he's just fallen back from Indyk. And correct. Yeah, yes, you're right. Sorry, I assumed he was behind Indyk for that matter at that moment. Sorry. Ahif right at the back of Vintage as well. Vintage really struggling in sector 2 and 3. Probably running a bit. lesser
recovery
downforce.
driver. Yep. Vintage. Talk about vintage.
Yep.
Yeah, probably went for just a tad bit more of straight line speed. Oh, and he has a moment, just takes the curve a bit too much. Runs into this car. And
This will
his
light up
hot.
IF's race.
Yeah, and he's under 410s in this as he gets into the DRS. Ring is open. I think this move is coming. As he also sets the fastest lap in the process. Vintage defense. This is his car beautifully actually there. Now in his second run of DRS.
Oh, that's a bit of. I have a feeling we're gonna see some of this in the steward's room later.
So far, so good from those drivers, I think.
Meanwhile, Anton is flying because he's got up to Wicked Vicky again because he's not let him go. So which puts me to think, is Wicked Vicky running with a little bit of damage or a little bit of tire temperature which he's not able to cool down right now?
Let's see how that goes on. But he started to pull away, but needs to be mindful of those penalties as well. But track limit warnings that may come in.
And we see Ives really trying to push Vintage into a mistake by, just showing his nose around in the apexes of the corners where, hey, I'm here. Don't make a mistake because I'm going to pounce.
Yes, just going for a peekaboo there almost every. And now he's under 310s. Now this move is coming. I think this move is fairly easy. As I think.
Yep, that's as calm as a move you could see. And
his red light is also flashing, so not a lot of battery left there, but there's still a bit
that
of
is
recovery
true.
that can be done in Hungary. So this is to try and pull away from Vintage as much as he can. 4 laps to go.
Meanwhile, Wicked has pulled out a slight gap from Anton right now, but it's not enough to keep that position. Meanwhile, Hershey is right at the back of, and he's trying the move on Abhi. Unsuccessful attempt. But
Vintage has already fallen off by a second from Ahir. He's now hot on Anton Hypers. Ahir.
At this rate, he might catch up to Wicked Vicky as well, or at least get his position after the penalties are served.
That's some great pace there from Ahir. I think the Ferrari lads practice a lot as well.
Yep.
They do sweat out a lot of tracks. And Oxidized has retired from the session. Oh, it is.
What happened to him? And that is a late safety car.
Yeah. I don't think it is. Anybody should be boxing though. Hershey chooses to box.
Hershey on the mediums chooses to box, whereas everyone else stays out. Where the safety car is definitely waiting for the leader right now, so
is this lap 33 or
Sid Venkatesh going into the pits.
Yeah, not a lot of positions lost, and he has a free pit stop, right? So.
Yep, that is true. Abdul Samad also goes into the pits.
Sid, if he can scrap away a fastest lap point, that will be.
So going to the fastest lap is with Ahif right now with the 118.2. Going to the positions gained by. Why am I not? Position change. Indic Gamer seems to be. Wicked. He's lost the plot now.
He's just pinned his own race.
Not a good day for the Mercedes boys.
No, definitely not a good day, so probably need to come back next week. What track are we racing next week?
We shall figure that out next week. But getting to the positions changed. We have Tanay who's gained 4 positions, Indik who's gained 11, and Vintage who's gained 8, Abhi who's gained 9, Hershey who's gained 4, Abdul who's gained 7, but is unfortunately last because everyone else has decided to call it quits, including you. So the losers here would be Ahif, Thakurva and Sid Venkatesh. So interestingly, if you realize, Gaurav, you weren't here at the start, but since you were here, you would realize that the ones who've lost out the most are the ones who've really tried to gamble on the soft and hard tires.
Right, that's true. Probably, I think the tire choice was still fine. I think the timing of getting into the pits is what.
Wow. Sid going off the track trying to warm his tires up, and that's something you don't see every day.
I thought he had a half spin or something.
Sid would be comfortable with the start, knowing that it's his teammate at the back, but Tanay is dangerously close to him.
Yeah, now that's what we need to see. Are there team orders as Tanay loses his car, and now Sid has that gives a 1 second gap for Sid.
Yep, Sid probably saw that and he directly blasted off after that.
Yep, so Ahif is really got behind. Vicky. Anton Hyper also, so I think they just need to hold their positions now. There's not going to be any DRS.
Oh my god! Whoa! I can see Thakurva all the way upside down. How is he still running? How is he still running?
Oh my god, what did I just see?
And I've got that on stream, and I have absolutely no idea what happened there. I really don't know.
Oh my god, the other time was. And there's a yellow flag for the Alfa Romeo.
Hershey going really slowly there.
That Kulkarni is looking comfortable to get this win. As there's Hershey having a lot of problems.
Wicked Vicky right at the back of Indic Gamer though.
So that 5 second and that 3 second penalty is going to hurt Vicky a lot. So he's got 18 seconds of penalties.
He has a drive-through penalty.
Oh, he has a drive-through as well. Oh my god.
Yep. So not really the best of.
So I think if he doesn't serve, so that's a 20 second penalty added further. 20,
yep,
30,
that does put him almost P10.
38 seconds would still get him a point in the race, I bet.
Yeah, P12, that would be P12. Yeah, you're right. Tanay and Sid are seeming comfortable. Indic as well, but he's followed by Wicked Vicky. He shouldn't really be defending against him too much, even if he throws one down the inside, because he knows that Vicky can't keep that place. Vicky, even if he gets 2 penalties removed, Indic still keeps the podium.
Meanwhile, the 2 Alpha Tauris come across down to the final sector.
Are we going to see any moves from Ahif? I hope Ahif keeps it cool, because meanwhile we have Sid Kulkarni going around the last corner as he takes the checkered flag for the Hungaroring with AlphaTauri 1-2, Indic in P3 with Indic had a penalty, so I finishes P3. It's a brilliant recovery drive from the Ferrari. Meanwhile, Thakurva finishes P7 after looking at the stars and the moon and the sky and the ground and everything after turn 2, but still keeping that position.
Yep. Good recovery drive from the Ferraris there, and great points for the AlphaTauri. Mercedes missing out on any of the any points possible, and so do the McLarens. Pretty interesting race.
Yep. And 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 Sid almost got it right apart from the 7-8 laps which are on the inters. If he wanted to stay out on those hards. But yeah, so we have Sid Kulkarni who takes the win. From Tanay Singh, Ahif, Anton Hypers, Vintage, Indik, Thakurwa, Captain Sandhu, Abhiv, Sid Venkatesh, Harshi, Wicked Vicky, Abdul Samad, and Abdul Samad being the last finisher of the race.
Let me add them into part. So they may not be knowing that I am commentating.
Tanay Singh has joined the party. I'll in fact for that, and Sid has joined as well. So if you could invite Ahif, I don't have him added right now. So yeah, if you could do the honors.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Is Ahif joining the party?
Not yet, I don't know. You can start.
So, okay then, if Ahif isn't joining the party, we shall start with the guy in P2, Tanay. Take us through your qualifying and your race. Topsy-turvy race with a lot of positions lost and gained and mixed conditions. What was going through your mind through it all?
And it was like Hungary being a very tight sector. Not a good fortune. This time I think I had luck on my side. I lived and then made a couple of moves and everything. Well, luckily I was not expecting it, to be honest, with all these boys up against me. But I think I just kept my cool, kept on telling myself 20 more laps, 50 more laps, lap and lap. And also like the video was tingling. Like I was having the goosebumps. So no stress from behind, and I think easy and good 1-4 for her.
Well, that's great because 1-2 is definitely bonus in the constructors. But putting it back down to the the mixed conditions, what was going through your mind when you saw people around you, certain amount of them going into the pit lane, certain staying out and not really barging into the inters? What was your thought? Were you strict that okay, what, it's raining, let's go on to the inters, or did you want to gamble it out as well?
No, I was very strict going on to gamble. First of all, and secondly, I was constantly on radio with my teammate discussing the start. We were very clear as soon as the ball start falling, we'll put on enders and safety car just like give us an advantage. And I knew like when the safety car will get to the race will be like good enough to increase on the track and the DRS got disabled right when I started. I think that was a very important and for both of us.
That is great. Once again, congratulations on that finish.
Thanks,
and Gaurav, do you have anything to ask him? being a fellow racer, come the commentator.
No, no
I
question.
wanted to join my teammates in any IRL.
That is great.
That's
That's absolutely great.
congratulations on that podium.
Thanks.
So, getting to our race winner Sid Kulkarni, this has been coming a long time, and finally getting it right, getting the strategy right, having a clean race all throughout. How's it feeling, sir? How's it feeling, Sid?
Frankly speaking, I did not expect to win at this circuit. It was not good at this circuit, but I'm glad that everything went well. I mean, the strategy, the car was right, the setup was right, and the strategy went well. So yeah, very glad that my first win. Yeah.
So it's usually the ones you think are not going to happen is where you win it, and it just gives you immense amount of confidence after that to start pushing for more and more. And now, having tasted victory, I'm sure you're going to be sweating it out a bit more, because I'm telling you, it's an unreal feeling when you have your first victory, after which you just want to keep pushing for more, and hopefully you'll be taking it to the title fight.
Yep, hope so. I mean, a lot of things to learn from you, but yeah, I you said it right. As soon as you get your first victory, that's when you start pushing, and that's when you go beyond what you can. So hopefully, more races to come.
Yeah, I hope so too. So yeah, congratulations once again on the victory and 1-2 for your team. Absolutely brilliant result for the two of you this weekend. Hopefully you can carry it forward into the next race. Yeah. So anything else you'd like to add, Gaurav?
No, nothing. I think great decision making. I think everything was on point for the AlphaTauri boys. Great race.
Yeah, he's not asking too many questions because he and his fellow teammate haven't really delivered. But take it with a pinch of salt that things happen. But yeah, hopefully you all have a great season up ahead. A lot more brilliant fights, and yep. So I think that's all, folks, for tonight. See you tomorrow for the Division 1 race at the same track. Probably a little drier weather for my liking. And yep, let's see who does what in terms of strategy tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Gaurav, for being a brilliant sport to DNF and then come on to IRL's first live interview during a race and then commentating alongside me. Congratulations once again to our podium sitters, and see you. Good night.
Cheers.